two political parties was not really what it was supposed to be in the beginning. It was supposed to be a body of citizen legislators, and we've gotten so far from that. It's all about money, and it's just a gigantic, almost multi-level marketing scheme when it comes to getting politicians into office. But there are stories of people that can overcome that and still get into office, because at the end of the day, the voters have the voice. But it is hard to get in if you don't have the backing of the party, number one. And then number two, we talk about citizen legislators and term limits, which is something that is huge for me. If you don't get rid of some of the people that are there and they don't step down and do what really Washington was the first to do it. He term limited himself.
Yeah.
He said, I'm only going to serve as president for 2 terms. And
he didn't want to be a king.
Seemed
like a lot of our legislators these days want to be little kings.
Yeah. And that was easy because guess what? Congress, Senate voted on it, and they term limited the president. But
it's hard to get them to term limit themselves.
You can't term limit yourself, right?
Yeah.
So either they do it, or it has to go to a state delegation where you have to get enough states to come on board to make Congress look at it to pass it.
So why do you feel, obviously that's at the federal level, term limits would be great, but at the state level, why do you feel like term limits would be so helpful?
I think the state level is a little bit different. I think there's not as many people that stay forever. Mm-hmm. For one reason, you don't have as much special interest in terms of making a career out of it. There are some people that have the ability, they have a private practice and they're making money on the side, and they can still run their business and financially be able to support themselves and do it.
It's probably a reason a lot of lawyers do
quite
it,
well.
Right?
Exactly, but if you're not a lawyer and we're not from a just a wealthy background, it's tough to live on what the salary is, which I think is like $21,000 per legislative session. You don't see as many, or at least I don't see as many long-term at the state level. I would say it's more of a problem at the federal level.